Let's rock and roll. Hello, hello, and welcome to the Rock Metal Podcast. I am your host, John Harris, and today on the Rock Metal Podcast, we have EVERTURE. And EVERTURE has a new album called Emerge, which released on March 19th via Inverse Records. Right now, I'm being joined by the important members of the band, and they are here to chat about everything to do with this record. So, boys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are quite welcome. Now, I guess take us through this record, Emerge. What is this record about? Does it have a theme?
Not really any kind of concept album or theme album, but of course it does have an arc of drama to it, like all the good albums do.
I like how you threw that in there. By the way, this is a good album because it does what good albums do. What is the arc? What is that? How does that flow? Because we started in between, and then we end up at closure, which closes out the album. So what are we getting closure on? What's happening in this record?
Well, first of all, there's many things have been said. You know, there are many songs that tell many kind of stories of many aspects of life. I don't really know. That's a good question.
I think the album title Emerge tells something about the songs, because almost all of the songs are about emerging from some situation, which is not necessarily a good situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think the album title sums up pretty well those songs.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm looking at the artwork, and it's showing a guy standing pretty proud on I don't know what you call those things, when rocks jut out of the ocean. I'm sure there's a name for it. I'm just going to call it a rock that juts out of the ocean. So,
yeah.
However, he's standing underneath a town that's upside down.
Yeah.
So like he's emerged, but it could come down on him at any moment.
Yeah.
And it would hurt.
Yes. It would hurt.
Yeah.
The world is such a place. It's a weird place, and it's dangerous, and it kind of represents that. Mm-hmm. Also, it's like art. Usually, it's supposed to be a little bit off. You know,
something abstract should be
abstract.
Okay, so a couple of the tracks that we can chat about today are the River Flows and Closure. Take us through these tracks. What is a River Flows? What is this track about?
It's about emerging from a situation, like I said. Especially this one. This track tells about that situation and the person's helplessness and inability to emerge from this situation.
Hello.
Hello?
A wild Oscar just joined.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Haha.
Hi, Josh.
Okay, this is actually a first on the Rock Metal Podcast. Somebody who's of relatively low importance in the band just suddenly shows up. So this is fantastic. All right, so guitar player number 2, how are you?
I'm fine, actually. Drinking coffee.
That's fantastic. Coffee at this hour? You hooligan.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my wife just handed me some tea, so I'm having some tea. I had my coffee earlier, though it's like 10 a.m. where I'm at, but it's like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. where you are.
7, yeah.
Wow. Fantastic.
20 past.
Now, I don't know that I've ever had this many people on a call before. I think my computer might actually implode on itself. But I think we will emerge out of this call.
Yeah, absolutely.
with some greatness. Fantastic. So, Scotty, to get you up to speed, we have been chatting about the album Emerge, the storyline or the arc to the album, and chat about the artwork a little bit, what the artwork represents. And part of the element that I found interesting was this guy is standing here on this rock that is jutting out of the ocean.
Yeah.
Triumphantly, he has emerged, but it seems as though he's emerged into a very precarious situation because the world could fall down on him at any moment.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So that's kind of where we were before you came in, and then we were starting to chat about The River Flows and where that falls in the album, because it's kind of in the middle of the album. In the middle is so the height of the arc, I guess.
Yeah, probably, yes.
So basically, we were chatting about that, and then you joined us, so thank you.
No problem.
Mm-hmm. Groovy. Okay, so River Flows. Where were we when we were chatting about The River Flows? Let's start from the beginning. And we could even go through this music video. So there's a music video for The River Flows. You boys are playing. There seems to be some scenery. Is this Finland that we're looking at? It looks kind of mountainous.
I think it is.
If I remember right, it's actually from Iceland. But
okay.
I'm not sure.
There is not enough mountain.
Yeah, Finland is fairly flat.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even remember what happens in the music video.
The music video is very much just a sort of a playing video that has no story in it. It's just a cool, great video for the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't have any plans or like stories in there.
But the scenery, it does work well.
Yes.
It looks nice.
It does look nice. Iceland does look nice. And then if we look closely, we'll see some elves.
Yeah, definitely.
That's fantastic. So you guys then, I guess, commissioned the video out. Did you shoot your guys' selves and then send it out to somebody, and then they just put it with the footage of the elves and the Iceland?
Well, the guy who did the video was there shooting the video, so and he was like directing it when we were playing, but how would I describe it? It was a fairly simple shootout.
It went smoothly.
Yeah.
Okay. Groovy. Yeah. And then these guitars and drums and things, is this what we're hearing on the record?
Like the video is not. You mean the instruments in the video? Are they on the record or?
Yeah. So, like for example,
they are
like
instruments.
Like those guitars were used on the record, and the drums are used on the record. But Olli can maybe tell more about them. But yeah, but they were not recorded in the video, of course.
Yeah.
Well, no,
yeah,
I
they
know
are the same instrument.
I know that, Samuli.
Yeah, I guess.
Jeez Louise.
But yeah, they were used on the album.
Yeah. Sure.
Boom. So it looks like we got a 5-string bass. We got a 5-string slinger going on over here. Is that you, Maddie?
No, it's Samuli.
Sorry.
It's my background.
You
Wait.
Can see it on
there it is.
Wall.
Wow.
On the wall.
How embarrassing. I most certainly apologize. Your blonde hair on that backdrop looks like you're bald. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. 5-string bass. Baby, take us through this. How do you use this guy? Because there's so many different unique and cool ways to use the 5-string bass. How are you using it musically? Especially with 2 guitar players. That's like having 2 hamsters in a cage.
We have a lot of songs for 7-string guitars. The River Flows is not one of them, but like every time the guys take the 7 strings out, most of the time, like I use the 5th string much more on those songs. I use it on the 6-string songs as well, but we have like 2 types of the word
tunings.
Tunings, yes. We have 2 kinds of tunings, and I've managed to use just one. But like my playing on the 5th string depends on the guitarist's guitars. So we have like low tuning songs where I use the fifth string a lot, and we have higher tunings.
You have a dropped string. The fourth one is dropped, right?
Well, yeah. The second lowest string is drop C sharp also, but yeah. I don't know what to describe about playing it. It's not really too different from a 4-string for me. But there are songs where I use it much more, like Under Sky, for example. And in the river flows, I don't think I use the 5th string at all.
Okay. So that brings a really good question. Since we have both hamsters on the call, is what creates a 7-string song from a 6-string song? I guess that's basically my question. How do you decide, like, oh, here comes out the 7-string, and then everybody's like, ugh, fine, whatever, and then you're like, but no, it's so cool. Like, no, it's really not. But seriously, so 7-string versus 6-string, what's the defining factor for you guys?
Yeah, it's mostly about the lower tunings, of course. And when I'm writing songs in a 7-string, and when it comes up like really good song, or if I create something really cool riff with 7-string, I maybe write a song about it.
Okay, and then vocally, it's cool no matter what, or do you guys still write in a key that is vocal friendly?
Yeah, we
sometimes we have to transpose those songs, and then we might have to change some song from 7-string song to 6-string.
Oh no!
Or the other way around.
Yes.
Also, to add, the 6-string is classic drop tuning, while the 7-string is in standard and half step down. So they're also in different tunings.
Wow! So there's
we have.
Go ahead.
Somewhat flexible, composing tools.
Yeah.
They are able to make songs without too much difficulties.
Yeah, it sounds like there's an array of tunings on the record. You guys are like the Goo Goo Dolls of Finland.
I'm not familiar with that. Sorry.
The Goo Goo Dolls? Okay. They like to use open tunings, and so they will on stage have like a guitar per song. It's kind of ridiculous, actually, but yeah. Okay.
Is it like are all the what's it called? Sointu chords? Are they like straight chords on the same nauha?
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah. So like
Right.
if the way they would tune it would be like an open G with like the strings that are open, and then you don't have to actually play. Well, you're still playing chords, but you don't have to move anything outside of just like a bar across the frets.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which isn't really that common, really, in metal. I can think of a few people who do like an open C tuning or something, just because it's easier. But cool. You guys have quite an array of tunings. That's neat. And then I'm looking at the music video for Closure, and whoever's playing the drums should know that their cymbals have holes in them, and you should replace them. That means it's broken. It doesn't work anymore. Then, looks like a 7-string in the music.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
Okay, so take us through this track, Closure. What were you guys going for in this track? Because was it intended to close out the album? Was it written with the album in mind that this was going to be the last song we hear?
No, actually, I wrote it in about half an hour, I guess. I just tried to make best song I can make with the 3 chords. It turned out pretty cool.
With 3 chords, fantastic.
Yeah, that was the original plan.
So that was almost like a challenge to yourself, like, hey, you know
Yeah.
what? Okay.
But best song I can do with 3 chords.
Mm-hmm. Why was that a challenge?
I don't know.
I guess
I don't really
It's
know.
probably so simple that it's hard.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I mean, AC/DC. You know, lots of songs have three
Yeah.
chords. You know,
Well,
Does it have more than one song?
they do. They have like 30 years of the same tempo, the same
Yeah.
song structure, the same. That's another like a story for another call. But that's interesting. Okay, and then so you guys wrote the song. This music video looks like you've gathered quite a few people together. Did you do this music video before the pandemic, or do you just got some people together amidst the pandemic?
it was during it, but can you guess how many people there are actually?
If I watch the video, I'm going to speculate there's maybe 10 people at most.
Okay, that's not too bad.
That's pretty
But there are
close.
like 20.
20 people? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of very tight scenes and the camera's moving around a lot, so I get the idea that there are more people there. But outside of the band, realistically, there's a couple of girls off to the side who are rocking out. I'm guessing that's the drummer's girlfriend, both of them.
One of them is actually.
Bam! How did I know that? Just checking off the list. I got a list over here on the side. I'm like, band with 2 guitar players. Oh no, they have 7 strings. Shit. Now I got to go down this column. Sweet. Okay, cool. What else is there to chat about, boys? We got everybody here on the call. We chatted about the river flows. We chatted about Closure. We chatted about the album Emerge. We chatted about the artwork for the album Emerge. I guess my only other question would be, you guys have released a few albums up to this point. What were you looking to do with this album?
Well, this was actually the first like a proper album. The previous releases were like singles and stuff. So I guess our goal was to make a good start, like with the proper albums, full-length albums. Something we can be proud of.
Yeah,
Are you proud of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
we are. Songs are
not-
good.
Well,
That's what you said. You said you wanted to be proud of it. I mean, you could come back and be like, well, I don't know. The guitar tone kind of sucks. Or I'm not saying it does. Just,
it is.
of course it does. You tell a guitar player. You tell us
There's
7
always
string.
room for improvement.
Always. Okay, cool. So you're looking to make a proper album. How did Inverse Records get involved? Were they the ones releasing your singles and you just came to them and said, here's an album?
No, actually, the singles were self-released, and we did ask if Inverse Records was interested about the album, and they said yes.
They were quite
It was
enthusiastic.
pretty much
actually.
one email, and they wanted to release the album, so it was pretty
Yeah.
easy.
Okay, so you guys had the album done. It was mixed. It was mastered. It just wasn't released yet.
No fucking way, no. No.
No, we have 3 demos.
We have 4 songs,
4 songs.
which was
yeah.
ready, but they weren't mixed yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's actually something really cool to chat about, because for any bands who are listening in or watching on YouTube who are looking to get some support from a label or however, a management company, something, and are thinking that they need to have everything completely done, it sounds like you just need a good enough idea and maybe a few of them to send off and it'll work. Did that surprise you guys? Like, did any of you think this is stupid? We need to actually mix this before we send it off?
I mean, we also had the single "Long Way Down" that had like hundreds of thousands of listens in Spotify. So I bet that also helped their decision that we had something. We weren't just asking out of the blue, or we we had done something before, so that helped. But also, the songs were quite good, and they liked them.
So that's
That's
a good question. So Long Way Down is the second most popular track on Spotify after The River Flows, which is starting to creep up there. How did you guys end up getting, at least from my Canadian side, I'm seeing just over 500,000 streams without having a label. How did you guys do that?
I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe it's such a good
neither.
song. That's the only thing that comes to mind.
Good song.
Everything
good
else is
timing.
just pure luck, I'd say.
Yeah.
We of course try to get it to the right people, to the right playlists, and it was quite easy to do that with River Flows. And yeah, it's a really good song, one of the best on the album.
Yeah, because when I do a search... Sorry? No, okay. When I do a search for you guys on Spotify, a couple of playlists come up. New Blood and New Core. Do you know how you got onto those playlists?
We were at the cover of the New Core. About...
I think New Blood.
New Blood.
It was
yeah.
New Blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But
was cool.
whenever we started to release a single, we submit it to Spotify, and we have to pitch it for their personnel to review them, and they add them to the playlists. I think, wasn't it? Can someone confirm? I remember.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So very much the Spotify staff liked the song, and they put them on the editorial playlists like New Core and New Blood.
Boom! Yeah, I'm on New Blood right now. Track number 2. The first is this crappy band, Shepherd's Reign. Screw Shepherd's Reign. They suck. But then we get to number 2. Sometimes number 2 is actually the primary guitar player. So number 2, we get to Under Sky by this band called EVERTURE. And then, bam. I'm listening to it right now. So I guess one of my other questions is, take us through the production on this. Who did the mixing and the mastering? Because when I'm listening right now, I hear some pretty good stuff. Like Jacob Hansen could have done it.
Really? So it was mixed by Jesse Vainio, and the mastering is by Svante Forsbäck.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm glad you like the mix.
Mm-hmm. Is this
it was all done in Finland.
All done in Finland? Swami, baby. Fantastic. Well, I mean, why not? I mean, you guys have the legendary Finvox Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. You guys also, I'm trying to remember the name of the studio, but there's a sauna in it.
Yes.
That may be many studios.
That's crazy.
Not our studio.
I need to do all the recording in Finland now for the podcast. I'm just going to hang out in the sauna.
Sakara probably has.
There you go. Perfect. And I'll be in my underwear by myself drinking. Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yes.
Finnish way.
Yes. Perfect.
Kausarikännit. That's kausarikännit.
Mm-hmm.
That is Finnish.
Yeah, while eating some slapped ears. Perfect. Now, Long Way Down, you guys had a lot of success with this single. Is it the same production team? Like you guys said, hey, you know what? We like this sound. We're going to go with this. Or did you guys try something new for the album in terms of anything? Drum tones, guitar tones, arrangement?
Yes, pretty much everything. But we still had
Same producer.
Same producer, yes. Because he's really good at coaching the vocal recordings, and also guitar. So we decided to try with him the album. So he's been producing both.
Okay.
But the drums were recorded in a different place. We wanted more impact on the sound, and guitar sounds were rethought. And well, we tried a new sound, and it seemed to roll quite well. At least, I think, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the singles, the production
Yes.
on those album songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we managed to do that pretty well.
Does that going to change how you guys are going to produce? Let's say you're going to do a single next. Does that change how you're going to produce a single? Do you think it's going to up the production level on your singles?
Are you asking whether our new singles are going to be better production-wise?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would say yes.
Hopefully, yes.
Definitely.
Actually, we are planning to record more by ourselves in the future, and maybe to spend even more money on the mixing process.
Whoa. Even more
Yeah.
money, more sauna time. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Now something you
Less
mentioned.
money with. Yeah. You can continue.
It's okay. You guys mentioned my final question, and then we'll tuck her out. Is you guys mentioned you wanted like a bigger drum sound. Now, I know a lot about metal production, and I can hear samples in there. So, I'm kind of curious. Did you guys do anything differently when you were recording the acoustic drums to try and get a massive sound, or were you guys really keen on how the samples were introduced, or did you not have any say on that?
Actually, I don't like the drum sounds on the album. It uses the samples too much. We recorded samples from my drum set on the studio, but I think they didn't end up on the album. It's somebody else has played drum samples on the album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if Steven Slate played those drum samples on the album,
Might be.
or get good drums. It's okay. I mean, we know that you still played it, or at least from my standpoint of working in this kind of stuff, I know you still played it. Given the genre, though, you got to get the bicycle pump out and start pumping up that snare, so it sounds like you're riding that thing. You know, groovy. All right. Giving Ollie some love. Sweet. Boys, is there anything that I missed that you wanted to chat about?
We have nothing you should have asked because you couldn't know, but we have a stream gig coming up in next month. What's it called? April 24th.
April 24th. Okay, this episode might air around there or past that. But either way, let's chat about that for a second anyway. Because I'm pretty sure you guys will have more streaming gigs. Have you done this before, or is this the first streaming gig you guys are doing? Okay.
First one.
It's the first one, yeah.
And I'm nervous, really nervous about it.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. I have to.
Like the playing has to be top notch because every mistake can be heard on the stream much easier.
Oh,
Yeah.
Simuli,
the front of the-
shh, nobody knows about mistakes except for you. Shh.
Yeah, they keep telling us
Yeah,
that.
of course we play perfectly. No, don't forget.
Just as long as you don't, as long as you act like a mistake didn't happen, nobody notices. Everybody's a drunk girlfriend in the crowd anyway. Come on.
Yeah.
And no, I mean like the pressure for the show is much bigger for internally. So
I would give you a hug if I could, Simuli.
So we're training a lot for ourselves and together whenever we can. But they are making some movement restrictions in Finland because of the corona. So we'll have to see how we get together next time.
Yeah. Is this
Also the gig might if someone of us catches COVID, we might have to postpone the gig.
Well, don't do that. Don't get COVID.
Yeah,
Working on it.
it's so simple.
Actually, I have COVID at the moment. I have at home 4 days now.
Wow. How is that? Tell us about it. You seem like you're doing okay, though.
I don't have any symptoms, so I'm okay.
How did you know to get tested?
Actually, I was going to travel to Kokkola, my hometown, on the next weekend. So I did go to the test just to make sure that I don't have it. And it was a big surprise that I actually had it and I didn't have any symptoms. So it was a really shock moment for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, well,
we were supposed to have a practice this weekend, but now it's not possible. But it's a good thing we take care.
Okay. Well, gang, stay safe. Ollie, hope you feel better. Well, you don't feel bad, so hopefully you just get better without.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
No more COVID. Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so we chatted about the album. We chatted about tracks on the album. We chatted about production of the album. We chatted about saunas. We chatted about having 2 guitar players. We chatted about 7 strings. We chatted about a 5-string bass with the 4th string tuned down to C sharp, which makes my head invert. And then what else did we chat about? Production team, keeping it home style, in Finland. And we chatted about how to say Finland in Finnish, what else did we chat about? We chatted about everything, boys. We chatted about Ollie going around licking elbows, and now he has COVID, but he's being cool about it. Chatted about the streaming gig that's coming up, and Samuli is super nervous about it because it has to be perfect. And
Thanks.
You're welcome. Love you, baby. Sweet. Well, boys, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And I just want to say thank you again for a first that we have 6 people on a call. Tremendous.
That's awesome. Thank you for asking us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you really much.
Thank you.
Hello, or should I say goodbye? Thank you so much for listening to the Rock Metal Podcast. I've been your host, Jon Harris. Please head over to our website at www.therockmetalpodcast.ca. There you can sign up for our newsletter and find out more information about today's show.